So mid-February, nag-gather yung family ko for my lola's funeral and ayun,
Hmm.
burial service. Hindi talaga matatakasan yung tanong 'no, na ano, "Kailan ka ba maipapakilala?"
Naku.
Meron pa yung lolo ko, pasimple habang kumakain nagpatama.
Hmm.
"Kailan kaya yung susunod kong apo sa tuhod?" Ano, Grace? Auntie, lolo. Ayan, even sa mami-mamihan ko sa dati kong work,
Mhm.
'di ba sinend ko sa'yo yung sinabi niya?
Oo.
Ayan, parang relax lang po tayo friends, inhale, exhale.
Concerned sila sa timeline natin, eh, 'no?
Oo.
Eto yung ano, eh, ako parang sarap lang talagang iwasan ng mga tanong. Ang awkward na niya minsan, 'di ba, lalo na sa mga family gathering ta's ikaw yung nasa spotlight. Ta's ikaw lahat sila
Oo.
nag-aabang ng sagot mo parang, ha po? Kung yan yung mga questions ano, ang well, eto often mo na siyang maririnig, pero siyempre iba pa
Hmm.
rin, 'di ba, yung mga comments na, "Uy, malusog ka ngayon, mataba ka ngayon." O kaya yung "Ano na trabaho mo, maganda ba? Malaki na ba sahod
Ayan,
mo?"
oo.
Tapos yung pinaka-favorite nila mag-compare 'no, ang gagaling nila, "Uy, si ganito, yung kaibigan mo, yung classmate mo, yung kapitbahay mo, yung ganyan mo,
Tama
may
na po.
gan'to na, may pamilya na. Ikaw, iha, iho."
Tama na po. Actually, sarap sabihin, eh, 'no, "Tita, wala pa ngang love life, baby pa hanapin mo sa akin." Tapos puwede rin na ano, dun sa trabaho na parang, "Tita, kayo po, ano na pong
Yun na nga.
na joke lang. Pero in fairness, sa
Hmm.
family ko naman kapag nagtatanong sila, in fairness sa kanila, nakikiramdam sila tsaka hindi sila yung tactless. Yung masakit magsalita na parang hindi naman sila gano'n. Which
Mm.
is nung nagtanong yung lola ko, mga ano lang, mga gentle na pasimpleng ano lang, pasimpleng pahaging lang. Pero wala naman na
Oh.
parang, "Tanda-tanda mo na," ganyan, hindi naman gano'n.
Mm.
Pero gets ko yon yung pressure na kapag pupunta ng gatherings, tapos yung kapatid mo may pinakilalang bago, yung ate mo may anak na, magge-grade school na, ikaw parang la 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 la.
Ninang pa rin, dakilang ninang.
Tita, ayan. Pero ayan, ano lang talaga, eh, asking in genuine concern. Na-feel ko naman yun sa family ko. Which is sana sa lahat ng family kung magtatanong, gano'n din yung napapa-feel nila 'no, hindi pressure yung napapa-feel nila sa mga ano nila, pamangkin at mga apo-apo. So,
Mm.
hello po sa mga tita, tito at lolo. 95% sure ako na hindi naman sila makikinig dito. Pero just in case they're tuning in, I love you guys and love you mga elderly natin 'yan, eh.
Oo naman. Saka ano din 'to, good din for our generation 'di ba, to know how to comment well as we age. 'Pag dumating na yung point na yun. Sana
Comment well.
lahat ng mga ka-relative natin ganyan ganyan yung heart nila, yung nakikiramdam muna 'di ba, bago magtatanong 'di ba, magpo-prenong makiramdam muna kayo, okey pa ba yung mga tanong natin. Alam mo, Luis, medyo spared kasi ako sa mga ganitong comments sa mga relatives kasi hindi kami nagkikita. Yun, eh. Hindi naman kasi kami nagkikita-kita, Luis. Nasa ano sila, nasa probinsya, nasa ibang lugar.
Oh,
So, pero naririnig ko naman yung mga ganyang comments sa friends, relatives ng friends 'pag nakiki-fiesta ako, ganyan.
oo.
Oo, ang
Relate pa
masaklap
rin
dun
naman.
nakaka-relate naman, pero ang masaklap dun minsan ginagatungan ko din, hindi, joke lang.
Ano?
'Di ba 'pag sasabihin sa kanila, sa friend ko sasabihin nila, "Uy, ilang taon ka
Oo.
na, wala ka pang jowa." "Oo nga naman." Hindi ako nakakatulong minsan, eh, sorry na.
O kaya minsan, "Tita 'pag nag-asawa na si Demi mag-aasawa na rin po ako."
Oo,
Yung
ganyan, may deal, lang ya.
oo. So, iba rin kasi ngayon, eh, parang natatawa nga ako kasi dati yung millennials parang baby-baby pa 'yan, 'di ba? Masyadong masyadong pinupunay yung mga ugali na parang job hunting or ano,
Mm.
palit-palit ng job or hindi masyadong magalang, ganyan. Pero ngayon dahil mga adults na rin tayo, ba nagiging ano na rin tayo, kung ano yung kinaiinisan natin sa dating
Eto na.
generation na naiinis sa'tin, gano'n naman tayo sa mas bata na generation sa'tin. Tayo naman yung tita levels. Ano,
Mm.
um, ikaw, na-mention mo kanina 'no, so na-mention mo minsan sa job, ganyan. So, ano ba yung mga classic na example na nasa spotlight ka, hindi man sa family gathering, no? Anything na may
Mm.
gathering na merong elderly na kasama. Ano ba yung mga topic na awkward i-bring up?
I think halos lahat na-mention naman natin, eh. Pero to ano lang, identify, madalas naman para siyang checklist ng buhay mo. Unang-una, relasyon. Like ano na yung ano na yung civil status mo, friend. Yun talaga yun, eh. Ano na, um, yung civil status kahit single saka married lang yan
Tiga tiga
ang
munisipyo po ba kayo?
pero
Survey
beyond
po
it, eh.
ba?
Oo, survey. Pang ilang boyfriend mo na yan, 'di ba? Engaged ka na ba? Ilang ano yan, ilang taon na kayo, ba't hindi pa kayo engaged? Mga gano'n, 'di ba? Mga ganyang bagay.
Meron pa, eh. Sa body image, yun sabi mo mataba. Ako naman na-awkward ako 'pag sinabi na parang, "May sakit ba 'yang si Grace? Parang pumapayat." Parang, wala pa akong sakit.
Inggit
Yun
lang.
naman yung awkward sa'kin.
Mm.
Oo. So, it's not all about getting fat, but also yung mga ano, I'm representing the percentage na yung puro kapayatan yung naipupuna. We
Nako-comment.
also we also become conscious about the comments, yung mga ganong comments.
Hmm.
And iniisip ko na lang, when we shame people's body, no, in those reunions, makikita mo na lang din na it's about a reflection of them and not a reflection of you.
Yes, totoo 'yan. Totoo 'yan. Kasi ano, eh, out of the abundance of your heart, the mouth speaks. Hello.
Oo.
Saka ano, naalala ko lang sa mga ganyang comment about body weight, nakakainis kasi
Hmm.
lalo sila mga tita natin, 'di ba, sasabihin, "Uy, nananaba ka na." Tapos maya-maya, "Uy, kain ka, kain ka." Hindi ko po maintindihan ano, saan tayo lulugar.
Ano po ba talaga?
Saka minsan ano, well hindi minsan, ito talaga yung medyo minsan masasabi ko masakit, eh, parang may sampal, eh, kapag talagang
Hmm.
nako-comment yung status ng job mo. Especially kapag kino-compare ka sa ka-batch mo, kung sino yung mas
Oo.
successful in their eyes
Successful.
according to the standards of the world, 'di ba? Para, "Uy, si
Yeah.
gan'to may bahay na, ikaw
May kotse na.
namumungpahan, aray,
Ikaw
may business
nagko-commute ka pa.
na, aray."
Ikaw po tsumitsismis ka pa din.
Ay, wala po nagbago sa inyo, tita, love you.
Joke lang, ayan. Ito yung awkward, pinaka-awkward for me. Siyempre, very proud naman ako 'pag sinasabi ko na, "Jesus," 'di ba? Pero awkward for me kapag debate about religion. What?
Yikes, oo.
Parang may sasalubong sa'yo, "Oh, ikaw 'di ba nagpa-convert ka? 'Di ba nagre-recruit ka na sa inyo para mapasama sa church niyo?" Like,
Oh my God.
hindi po 'yan totoo. Awkward 'yan sa'kin. Especially sa debates, political debates, sometimes
Hmm.
they would attack you in that sense. Actually, when we go into any kinds of debates, we are always wise in our own eyes. So,
Yeah,
it's a pointless thing.
it is.
Unless healthy discussion siya. Pero when we
Mm.
say debate kasi, you just wanna prove yourself right and the other party wrong. So wala siyang room for exchange talaga. It's more
Oo,
on ra 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 gano'n. So
oo.
those are things na uh, awkward kapag may
Awkward,
gathering.
sobra.
Mm.
Grabe, and even I don't think debates kasi ano siya, eh, parang it will just eventually ruin the relationship. Ruin the party actually, 'di ba? Kapag 'pag nasa event kayo. So, ito lang na yung mga
Oo.
awkward comments, and I'm sure na minsan may mga, unique comments, especially, inside talks or inside jokes, 'di ba, sa mga family natin na parang dapat din na natin pinag-uusapan yung mga gantong
Yes.
bagay. So,
Correct.
ayun, obviously we will tackle more about this comments ng ating mga tita and tita bells. So, hello, I'm Demi.
And I'm Louise. You're listening to episode 16 of Same But Better podcast. You are listening to Same But Better podcast, where we examine what the world calls good about career, romance, pop culture, and anything under the sun.
We are no experts, but we deal with things you most probably are dealing with too.
As we go through life, let's see how everyday can be same.
But better through the lens of Christ's love. Iba kasi kapag malapit sa iyo kaya nga relative, family, 'di ba? Yung magbibigay ng ganong negative comments. Kahit na sabihin mong si tita 'yan, mga tita levels na, or kahit mga kaedaran mo din, yung mismong mga ka-batch mo sa school, sa work, kapag nagre-reunion ta's may mga ganyang banat, parang mapapaisip ka, are they not aware, or minsan ikaw din kasi baka minsan napapa-comment din tayo, 'di ba? Parang hindi na ba tayo aware na masakit din yung mga tactless, mga hindi napag-isipang comments
Yeah.
sa iba?
Oo hindi lang nila alam actually. Kasi madali lang mag-judge on what you see, especially with social media. Everything is out there. Pero there are also some aspects in their lives na hindi naman nila ipapakita in public.
Yeah.
Pero tayo, we keep on blah, blah, blah on things that we see. Pag-uwi galing sa gatherings, 'di ba? Kahit na okay ka naman, secure ka naman kay Lord at sa identity mo. Pagdating mo sa bahay, minsan may maiiwang bulong sa'yo Parang naiisip mo pa rin yung mga sinasabi nila. Ikaw ba, how do you dodge these questions when you experience it?
How do I judge?
Dodge.
How do I dodge? Changing the topic. Parang hindi man obvious, pero acknowledge, oo nga po kayo si ano po, gano'n. Parang 'di ba, may verbatim oo, yung tawa mo bilang na,
5.
Gano'n. Parang I'll try to take control of the conversation kung kaya pa. Ina-navigate ko na lang yung conversation somewhere, wag lang sa'kin. Spotlight natin yung iba. Ikaw, Mams, meron ka bang tactic?
Gusto ko na mag-comment sa sinabi mo sa hahaha. Totoo yan, no? Minsan dalawang hehe kapag hehe. Kapag gusto mong iparating na na-offend ako sa sinabi mo. Pero hindi ko
Bilang.
papansin. Hehe. Pag hehehe, parang nahihiya ka kasi totoo yung sinasabi. So kapag dalawang hehe, tama na. Kapag 5 hehe, oo na, tama na. Move on na tayo. So, gets. Ako naman, I also, aside from sa sinabi mo, nananahimik ako, tapos ngingiti. Siguro hehehe din, pero natawa ako last time kasi nga galing lang kami sa, 'di ba, gathering. Aba, ang nanay ko to the rescue. Nag-iba ng topic, bigla akong hinila. Uy, ganyan. Ito, tita, na mo na ba yung latest update sa pamangkin mo? May nagtatry sa akin makapag-debate with, with religion. Yung mga Katoliko, Christian religion, okay naman ako sa parehong religion. In the end, for me, it's really about relationship. Pero kasi it's hard to iyon, sabi natin sa religion debate, diba? It's hard. It's hard. So, ayun, thankful ako na may mga ganong persons na looking after you na kapag you're stuck in that situation, to the rescue. So, thank you, Mother. Thank you, Mother, for rescuing me. Ayan, we hear about these things, no? Especially in social media today. Sabi ko nga kanina, update ng photos, stories, even tweets. Ako, pag may nakita kong friend ko na parang may bagong business, iisipin ko, wow, umaasenso. Those are, madali lang siyang gawan ng ganong judgment. Pag kinasal, yung ka-batchmate mo na maaga, for example, kakagraduate ka na, 23, kinasal na siya, iisipin ng mga tao, ay, pregi yan, kaya siguro biglang nagmadali. Diba? Pwede bang gusto lang nilang magkasama ng maaga? Or iba pa kapag tumaba ng slight si girl or si boy, chika agad. Kung hindi buntes, yan, uso-uso yung mga ganong chika, no? Mga ganong gossip. May batas bang nagsasabi na bawal mabusog? Bawal ba? Bawal bang mag-extend ng waistline? Or pangit ba sa reputation na magpakasal ng below 25 years old? Those are things kasi na sana tantanan na ng tao, no? Even before digital age kasi, insults or verbal attacks are nothing new.
Yeah.
Old times pa
Yeah.
lang, may ganyan ng mga eksena eh. Um, as a response to these negative comments na patama sa atin, I think first lesson we can learn here is what the Bible says, to be meek. To be meek.
Mm.
Sabi sa James 3 verse 13, meek means to be gentle. But in the
Mhm.
Greek origin, the word meek also means strength under control. Luis, Demi, bakit mo sinasabing strength under control? Anong connect sa pag-respond? Ito yung connect. Kunwari, nakita ako ni relative sa gathering. At sinabi niya, binati niya yung kapayatan ko, pagiging single ko, yung trabaho ko. Lahat na binati niya. For others, 'di ba? Ayan. What if meron pala silang health condition na kahit anong kain nila, it's not gonna be easy for them to maintain the ideal weight? That
Mm.
could happen. And insensitive yung tanong na yun kapag hindi natin alam but we assume na naiwan ka sa kusina, no? Sarap ng luto ng partner mo, no? Na parang, pwede rin, for example, stress-related yung stress eating mo. Pero yung iba
Mm.
parang with mental health na ano na yun or emotional eating ka na pala, no? So yung iba ginagawa lang nilang ginagawa lang nilang opening topic para
Correct.
i-comment na lang nila ikaw tapos wala lang, hindi pala talaga sila concerned about you. Wala talaga silang care about it.
Oh.
Dito natin ma-apply yung strength under control or what James said in James 3:13. Sa gigil natin, pwede tayong makapagsabi ng mga masasakit na words pabalik sa kanila. Right? Kumbaga, kapag nasampal tayo, pwede tayo manuntok pabalik. Ganon. Pero in a sense, ang battle natin with words. Ang brutal pala, no? With words yung battle natin. Which is sometimes, mas masakit pa kaysa sa physical. So what we do here, kapag nanggigigil tayo, now, we let people see our wisdom by being meek. By continuing to be composed and gentle kahit na ang daming attacks and verbal insults sa'yo.
Mm.
Sabi sa Proverbs 29 verse 11, a fool always loses his temper, but a wise man holds it back. Do you have your emotions under control? Yun ang tanong natin. Is your strength under control? That's wisdom. On your end, pwede ka namang pumatol eh. Pwede mo naman siyang sabihin na, ikaw nga tita eh, yung anak mo hindi nga gumraduate eh, di ba?
Ay,
Ano ba sabihin yun eh? But in the end, if you fight back, you didn't compose yourself.
Mm.
You missed out having the ability to be gentle kasi you fought back. But kaya sinasabi dito ni James, we can have our strength under control. Even if meron kang magandang rebuttal, even if may maganda kang pangbara, it doesn't necessarily mean na kailangan mo siyang ibigay that moment. Diba? So, what we're saying here, you can shift the focus of the conversation on a positive topic by being gentle, diba? Remember, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. That's from Proverbs 15:1. So a gentle answer. So sabihin natin na na-offend ka, pero if you repay her harshness with gentleness, you're setting the tone of the conversation. And with that, you're actually influencing that person na maging gentle na din.
Mm.
So ang ganda, no? Wisdom from the Bible.
Right. Saka naalala ko lang din doon, Luis, na
Mm.
these things, I mean, the reason why we're saying na from the Bible, there's guidance on how to respond to such
Yeah.
harsh comments.
Yeah.
Simply, parang nakita ko lang na kasi as we respond like this, hopefully they see Christ in us and they will be drawn
Yes.
to God as well.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang, hala, ba't ang bait ito? Hindi siya nasaktan. Saka medyo nasaktan ako dun sa part na sinabi mo kanina na yung nagtatanong
Alin?
lang sila pero they don't really care about you. Yung ganon. Yung feeling minsan na kumukuha lang sila ng information so that they could talk about you. Gets mo? Yung ganon. Saka Luis, hindi ko alam kung nagde-devotion ka ngayon ng James kasi parang favorite mo siya. Puro ka James eh. Parang puro ka paring James. Pero totoo naman, To be honest, there are a lot of intelligent people all around the world. Tingnan mo pa lang ang Facebook mo, maraming matalino diyan, 'di ba?
Ay,
I mean, hindi naman natin masisisi, especially now, knowledge is at your fingertips. Sobrang dali, 'di ba? Na mag-research, Google research, kumbaga. But intelligence, it's never really equal to wisdom eh. Alam mo 'yun? Um,
right.
Wisdom is actually applied intelligence. No? Parang ano siya,
Mm.
intelligence is knowing, alam mo lang. But wisdom
Mm.
is knowing and understanding. Saka hindi mo rin kasi kailangan talaga na i-verbalize, i-announce, i-post, 'di ba? Lahat ng alam mo, pati opinion mo. You don't really need to do that. So,
Yeah.
I forgot who told me this, pero I carry this person's wisdom talaga. Sabi niya sa akin nun, "You don't need to explain yourself all the time." Grabe 'yun. Kasi minsan feeling ko I have to explain everything. Why? Bakit ganito ako? Bakit ganito yung nangyayari, 'di ba? So I like yung yung verse, sorry, yung verse na minention mo kanina about the wise man who holds it back, yung temper niya, 'di ba? Kasi a person with wisdom understands better yung effect ng temper niya, yung consequences ng
Yeah.
temper niya, yung perspective niya, it's far different from yung person na kausap niya.
Very
So
true.
kaya nga 'di ba ano, ang ganda nung verse na God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. Friend, nasa James din 'yan, nadamay ako. So yan, James ano yan, chapter 4 verse 6. Ang galing nun. So you'd probably say na ano 'no, Demi Louise, hindi niyo naiintindihan, wala kayong alam, hindi na nakakatuwa yung comment sa'kin, blah, blah, blah. Hindi talaga namin alam. Pero you know what? There's one person that we do know na hindi lang hurtful comments. At hindi lang yun online ha, in person, face to face, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Physical pain pa, wrongly accused pa, betrayed pa. You know,
Grabe.
one day people were shouting his name, glorifying him. Then the next day people are still shouting his name but to crucify him. Isaiah 53 verse 7, he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. Like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, like a sheep that is before its shearer, it's silent. So he opened not his mouth. Grabe. Na naman parang grabe si Jesus.
Grabe,
Grabe ka
Jesus.
Lord, hindi ka nagpaliwanag, hindi ka nag-defend, hindi ka nag-plead. Sa totoo lang puwede naman niyang alam mo yun, Jesus can do so much dun sa mga tao na yun. Luis, hindi ko alam kung nandun tayo sa eksena na yun, parang, "Ha? Bakit ngayon iko-crucify natin siya?" Parang, nakakapagod kayong mga tao kayo. Pero yun, kahit sabihin natin na si Jesus yan, remember back then, he was human. He feels what we feel. Naramdaman niyo na may pinagkakaisahan kayo. Tapos parang wala kang kalaban-laban.
Oo.
He felt
Right.
that, 'di ba? So these comments that we receive sometimes para siyang, alam mo yun, para siyang attack to us. Tapos nang-aano tayo, nacha-challenge tayo. We have to say something. We have to fight back. But you know what? Yet, he opened not his mouth. You know, for Jesus, he knows what needs to happen eh. 'Di ba? Kasi, kumbaga alam niya na he needs to do this, he needs to die for the salvation of humanity. Alam niya yon. But even knowing it, 'di ba? Going through it, it's still hard. So I believe that's the same for us. We may know na
Mm.
yung mga comments na nare-receive natin. Alam naman natin parang hindi, yung identity ko na kay Lord, secured ako kay Lord. I know my truths, 'di ba? Na ito talaga 'yon, nati-test yung fruits natin, ma'ams, may fruit shake, 'di ba? And we know that the testing of our faith produces perseverance. But again, knowing, intelligence. The moments na ina-apply natin siya, yun pala yun, nagkakaroon na tayo ng wisdom, applying what you know. It's still hard, but you know, eventually, we will become more and more Christ-like. Yon. So in First Peter chapter 2 verse 23 to 24, he committed no sin, no deceit. No deceit was found in his mouth. When they hurled their insults at him, he did not retaliate. When he suffered, he made no threats. Instead, he entrusted himself to him who judges justly. Hindi siya
Amen.
nag-retaliate, friends. Alam mo, it challenges, ay grabe talaga. Nakaka-challenge
Amen.
man, no? Um, when we are insulted, in a split second, you have a decision. Magre-react, magre-respond, 'di ba? Reaction or response. So I hope na ano, tingnan natin 'to. Tingnan natin si Jesus. God gave us a
Yeah.
role model, a blueprint, our guide, and he wants us to entrust ourselves to him who judges justly.
Grabe 'no. And who judges justly? Sino yun? It's not even the people na kailangan mong pagpaliwanagan. Kahit di ka magsalita, si God, He was watching your actions and their words against you. But
Hmm.
He judges justly. Our Father, our great God. So, alam ko, mahirap talaga yon na parang, hindi nyo alam nangyari sa buhay ko. Wait lang, let me explain. But the beauty in here is, so what if that's what they think about you? What's
Yeah.
important is what God thinks about you. If sinagot
Hmm.
mo sila at naka-offend ka rin, sabi dyan, he did not made any threats, 'di ba?
Hmm.
He did not open his mouth, he did not retaliate. He was pleasing the Lord with those responses. Pero kasi i-ano ko lang your reaction, that's what you do when you didn't think of what you're gonna say or what you're gonna do. It by ano siya, hindi siya
Reflex.
reflex ba
Immediate,
siya?
eh.
Oo, immediate, hindi mo siya pinrocess, 'di
Hmm,
ba?
mm.
Parang yeah, kumbaga parang siyang reflex. Ito ay sasanggain ko yung sinasabi mo. But here, basta hindi niya nasaktan si Lord, okey lang na siya yung masaktan. And
Aw.
sobrang lalim ng ano natin 'no, sobrang lalim ng analogy natin pero ang issue lang naman masakit yung
Comments.
comments. Pero in a way, we could learn from what Jesus did, how he responded. He responded knowing that God was watching and that God knows the truth.
Mhm.
These people, the truth they know is the things they see in social media and the judgment they form in their heads. But buti na lang, you don't need that kind of explanation or justification with God.
Yeah.
Ang ganda ng mga nasabi mo. Like a lamb led to slaughter, a sheep
Mm.
silent did not open his mouth. So I think that's still strength under control. Di ba? Part siya ng wisdom. To have
Yes.
what you can under control, if you know it's gonna be harmful to the person, okay lang basta hindi ka maka-offend. Okay lang na ikaw yung ma-offend. Basta wag ka lang maka-offend ng ibang tao. Ay, si Jesus, ang daming ang hurtful insults. Grabe.
Hmm.
Just by reading the Bible, you will see grabe yung pain, grabe yung insults. Pero wala siyang ginawa but entrust everything true judgment to God alone. So that's the second point, no. We don't have to respond to all things, 'di ba? Third point siguro na makikita natin sa examples na binigay mo kay Jesus, is to forgive them. Big word.
Yan na
Big word, forgive.
naman.
Lagi na lang tayo ng hihingi ng ano 'no, ng encouragement. Mag-forgive kayo guys, lagi na tayong forgive. Pero yung kasi talaga yun eh, forgive. It's part of wisdom. Ituloy ko lang 'no, from your sharing about the life of Jesus on the cross. Si
Mhm.
Jesus, while the people was still shouting, "Crucify, crucify," he he already forgave the people who persecuted him and he even prayed for them. Habang nakikita niya yung mga taong galit sa kanya, he was praying for them. Sabi niya sa Luke 23:24, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do."
Hmm.
Grabe, Lord. Grabe,
Ouch.
Lord. Ah. Naging sheep. Ah. Grabe. Kaya ba natin yun? Na nasa kalagitnaan pa sila ng pag-iinsulto sa atin, napatawad na natin sila.
Di ko
That's only
alam.
possible with God. Alam ko
Yeah.
sa atin dalawa di natin to kaya on our own. But that's only possible because Jesus gave us an
Mm.
example of that. Walang sorry-sorry yun, partida. Walang sorry-sorry pero
Oo.
forgiven na. Meron kasing iba na parang hindi ko na lang siya papansinin unless he asks for apology. Tsaka lang ako magkakaroon ng
Oo.
forgiveness sa kanya. But here, Jesus, he didn't
Made the
wait for the
first
other
move.
party. He didn't wait for the other party to humble themselves. He already forgave them because he was that good. Grabe. Ano, naiyak ka na ba?
Hindi naman. Naiisip ko lang yung mga listeners natin na alam mo yun, going through
So
so
many
and so
things.
comments. Yeah. And
Mm.
sometimes kasi kapag nine-neglect mo lang siya, eventually may iniiwasan ka ng person na or actually baka dumating yung point, di ka na talaga
Totoo.
ma-attend ng reunion, 'di ba? Di ka
Oo nga
na-a-attend.
eh.
Parang ayoko na, puro ganito lang naman yung usapan eh. So,
Oo.
hopefully that comes to light. Um These are
Grabe.
things na we eventually have to face, and the good news is hindi tayo iniwan ni Lord mag-isa, and He gives us the grace to be meek, to have ano yung sinabi mo, Luis? To have strength in wisdom. Sorry, hindi yung
Oo, yun
strength
yung
in wisdom.
meekness. Strength and control.
Ayun. Ayun, strength under control. Yun. So, first point natin is to have our emotions and strength under control. Hold back lang tayo na sa pananakit ng iba. Diba? Tulad nung sinabi mo kanina nga na okay lang na tayo masaktan, wag lang tayo yung manakit. Ang sakit nun
Yes.
ha. Saka ayun, ang ano natin, ano talaga, i-lead na lang natin yung focus sa ibang topic. And who knows, 'di ba? We could actually start a deeper meaning na conversation kaysa sa mga comments lang. So respond in gentleness. And of course, next is as you said, no, we can respond in silence. You don't need to explain everything,
Yes.
but rather just trust it in God that He will judge justly. Diba? Hindi mo
Yeah.
kailangan magpaliwanag sa lahat ng bagay. And huwag tayo mag-engage sa mga conversation if it will only cause you and them to sin more. Diba?
Totoo,
Minsan kasi
totoo.
tempting eh. So yun. That way, no, it will also protect all of us, diba? From sinning.
Yeah.
So, and lastly, sana we can forgive them the way Jesus forgave the people insulting him, which is really, really challenging. But
That's the example.
oo nga eh. There you go. Before we end, may practical tips ka pa ba dyan, Moms, na gusto mong ma-share?
Practical tips. Ayun. Ito natatawa ako sa yung classmate ko. Ganito yung ginagawa niya kapag may mga negative feedback sa kanya. Think happy thoughts. Nasa happy place ako. Alam mo
Okay.
yun?
Okay.
Para sineset niya yung mind niya. Hindi doon sa sinasabi ng person sa kanya na negative. Pero doon sa something na
Mm.
alam niyang mabubuo pa rin siya. Binabalikan ngayon. So, I know that's
Mm.
very, that's very practical in a sense na walang masyadong spiritual, doon. Pero for us, think happy thoughts. Think about your confidence in God, 'di ba? Kasi these are
Mm.
things that affects our confidence. Makarinig ka lang na wala ka pang single ka pa rin, wala ganyan pa rin trabaho mo, andiyan ka pa rin sa work, nagko-commute ka pa rin, nakatira ka pa rin sa
Mm.
magulang mo. All of those comments, it will cause you to hate yourself somehow. It will cause
Mm.
you to lower your self-esteem. Babaan mo yung tingin mo sa sarili mo. Feeling mo, because you didn't achieve the expectations of these people,
Mm.
you feel like you disappointed them. But, kaya think happy thoughts, meaning, realign your thoughts with God. So, kinonek ko lang
Yeah.
din. Tawa lang ako doon. Think happy. Yun sa kanya. Pag iniisip niya yung mga bad things, she just thinks of happy thoughts. So, ewan ko nakikinig si Agatha, no? Sa kanya ko nakuha yun. Happy thoughts. Think happy
Hello,
thoughts.
Agatha.
Ayan. Pero hindi lang to about positivity, ah. Pero more on, you're setting the atmosphere sa sarili mong isip. Will you take it to
Mm.
heart? Sila ba yung magsiset ng next steps mo na parang because of what they said, magpapanik ka na ba about your singleness? Kung sino-sino na lang ba yung ita-text mo para, uy, single ka pa ba? No, 'di ba? Kaya think happy
Oh
thoughts,
no.
think thoughts that complete you, and that those are thoughts about God, 'di ba? So, yun
Mm.
lang yung practical tip for me. It's all about how you manage your thoughts, yung mga pumapasok sa isip mo.
Right.
Ayan. Ikaw ba, anything na gusto mong practical na tip to share?
So, ayun, naalala ko lang dyan sa parang, the things that we should be like thinking, yung mga happy thoughts, di ba? Parang naalala ko si Philippians 4, di ba, na whatever is
Hmm.
true, totoo ba yung sinabi sa akin, di ba? Noble, what is
Yan.
right, what is pure, yan, lovely, admirable, excellent, yan. So, balik pa rin
Yeah.
talaga sa word ni God. Sa akin, simple lang naman, dun sa pagre-respond in silence, siguro, reminder lang din to seek wisdom. Kasi case to case
Yeah.
yun, baka mamaya kailangan mo talaga mag-explain to, sabi mo hindi. Sabi
Oo,
niya, wag
oo
ako
naman.
magpapaliwanag. So yun,
Sabi sa
ano lang.
podcast, eh.
Oo, baka masisi pa kami. Ayun lang din. And as you do, be in faith na tuwagin mo lang si Lord. Kasi minsan, minsan ano, eh, 'pag kinakausap mo si Lord parang ayaw mo ring makinig kay Lord, eh, na, "Ay naku, mali talaga mga sinasabi niya, kailangan ko na talagang mag-speak up," ganyan. So, there's a right time for that. So,
Mm.
ayun ano lang, trust that He will give you the grace to go through it. Saka ito talaga yung best na masasabi ko diyan, after any,
Yeah.
moment, mga side comment na masasakit and all, reach out to your accountability partner. Magsabi ka kaagad, magpa-pray ka kaagad, alam mo yun, kasi ang hirap kapag ikaw lang yung nagdadala
Yeah.
nun mag-isa. So, tawagan mo kaagad yung mga hindi naman mga, kahit isa lang. Tawagan mo agad yung trusted friend mo to just really, pray with you and, speak life lang din ulit sa inyo. So, ayun, I wonder, wow, I wonder
I
if
wonder.
yung mga friends natin na nakikinig ngayon sa ating kwentuhan 'no, kung meron din ba silang mga ganitong experience with their relatives, mga gatherings 'no?
I'm sure, especially yung mga katulad natin na na single and waiting season, ta's may mga
Yes.
ka-batchmates and everything. So, if kung gano'n nga, sana nakatulong ang episode natin sa kanila for today. Alam niyo na, sa next gathering, 'wag mag-react agad.
Yes. Ayun, so may unique story ba kayo na nakaka-relate sa episode natin today? So, share mo
Yo.
naman sa'min ang inyong kuwento, message us on Facebook, facebook.com/samebutbetter or email us at samebutbetterpodcast@gmail.com at baka ma-feature natin 'yan at siyempre baka inspire pa tayo ng maraming tao.
Baka may maayos silang yung pag-redirect ng conversation. Ano ba yung tactics niyo or dialogue niyo for that?
Yes,
Or
oo.
maliban sa hehe, haha namin ni Demi, baka meron din kayong ibang gestures na puwede nating i-share na hindi makaka-offend ng tao. Ayan, so kung meron din kayong question about our topic, go lang, message niyo lang din kami. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. Search niyo lang Same But Better on YouTube. We also have Instagram. Follow us at Same But Better Podcast on Instagram. Tag us din sa IG story niyo if nakinig kayo sa episode na
Yay!
'to.
To our growing family, thank you so much for tuning in again today. Catch us next
Yehey!
Monday here at Same But Better Podcast.